turns out that while normal people were enjoying Thanksgiving weekend, the liberal media were fixating on a dinner that Donald Trump had at Mar-A-Lago last week after they learned who one of the guests were, and they complained about it all weekend long, and it was still the top story on CNN and MSNBC yesterday.
And we begin this evening with the political firestorm that has now engulfed the former president and his party. It all started with a dinner at Donald Trump's Mar-A-Lago, Florida home with an outspoken white supremacist and known anti-Semite. Last Tuesday, Trump hosted Nick Fuentes, an avowed racist whose bigotry is no secret. It's his brand.
You ever invite people over for Thanksgiving who end up bringing their weird friends with them? Well, apparently that's what Kanye did to former President Trump. You guys see this? Trump had dinner at Mar-A-Lago with Kanye West and a well-known white supremacist. Seriously, you know these are crazy times when Trump is only the third most problematic person at the table.
A white supremacist, huh? Who's friends with Kanye West, who, last I checked, is black. Trump had scheduled the interview with Kanye, who goes by Ye now, before he was canceled, before the tweets, before the infamous interview on the Drink Champs podcast, which then also got censored. And to Trump's credit, he didn't turn his back on his friend. He still met him for dinner. He just happened to bring along an unexpected guest that Donald Trump didn't know and never heard of. And so now the media is trying to frame it as if Trump knowingly met with the new David Duke in order to help plan his 2024 presidential campaign.
Donald Trump is now lying about that crime against decency, claiming, quote, "I didn't know Nick Fuentes."
And on Tim Pool's podcast last night, Ye confirmed what normal people had suspected was the case.
How is it that Nick ends up invited to this dinner? And what happened?
Well, he was rolling with me. I was impressed with Nick, and I was like, just come to the dinner. And we sat there, and it was like when Trump came in, I said, do you want to sit alone? He's like, no, bring your friends in. So a big thing is like Trump had no idea who Nick Fuentes was.
That was pretty much the extent of the interview because Kanye walked out after Tim Pool kept interrupting him and pushing back on his comments about a certain group of people that he has issues with in the entertainment industry.
Yeah. I think they've been extremely unfair to you.
Who was they, though? We can't say who they is,
corporate
can we?
press. I'm not using I don't use the word as the way I guess you guys use. I'm talking
It is
about
them, though, isn't it? I mean, because
No.
because when you think about it, consider it. In 2018.
What do you mean it's not?
What do I mean? Like, okay, so how about? Are you leaving?
Are you referring to the press?
He's gone.
Of course, it was trending on Twitter last night with every political pundit throwing in their 2 cents and seemingly picking a side, but I think they both look bad. Kanye didn't want to be constantly interrupted and put through another struggle session when he tried to explain what it was that he experienced in the entertainment industry and what he sees as the cause of his cancellation.
You know, to come in here, I feel like it's a setup to be like defending. I'm not going to go through another, like I'm literally going to walk the F off the show if I'm sitting up here having a, talk about, you can't say that it was Jewish people that did it.
But if you're going to bring forth controversial ideas like he's been talking about, you should definitely expect a lot of pushback and be prepared to make your case, especially since he had 2 sidekicks along with him to back him up. And Tim should have let him explain himself further without interrupting and pushing back every few minutes out of concern that if he didn't, that the media would smear him as endorsing Kanye West's supposed anti-Semitism. That is a conversation that's not allowed to be had by people if they're being fully honest. To be had on YouTube in today's cancel culture climate, and if it would have progressed any further, YouTube would have pulled the stream and issued a strike on his channel. Tim should have exclusively streamed it on Rumble, which actually allows such discussions to be held. It's interesting to point out that if Kanye West made the exact same comments about white people as he is about another group of people that he has experienced working with, then he would be praised as a hero by the entire liberal media industrial complex instead of completely canceled.
It's just a rule, the rules of perception. If they're black, then it's a gang. If they're Italian, it's a mob. But if they're Jewish, it's a coincidence, and you should never speak about it.
What most people are missing about this, and what the media is purposely ignoring, is Milo Yiannopoulos, who has reinvented himself as a supposed ex-gay Catholic, he says now, is pulling Kanye West's strings to a certain extent, and is his new presidential campaign manager, and he's the one who introduced Kanye and his new friend. And some of Milo's old posts on Parler are very interesting, where he said that he was going to dedicate the rest of his life to destroying the Republican Party and has denounced President Trump, saying that he feels totally betrayed and that he will, quote, have vengeance. So this may have been a plan to smear President Trump by guilt through association. And after the dinner, Kanye says that he asked Donald Trump to be his vice president for his campaign since he's running for president too. And the point of Kanye West running for president is specifically to raise awareness for his issues that he has regarding the entertainment industry. Things that a few other celebrities have mentioned, like Mel Gibson when he was drunk that one time, and Marlon Brando when he was on Larry King Live back in the 1990s, but they always immediately profusely apologize right afterward, but Kanye is not.
Are you sorry you said that?
No.
I don't think it matters. You should be.
Absolutely not.
You should be.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, but yeah, you should be.
Absolutely not.
So the Tim Pool interview was a disaster waiting to happen, just like Kanye bringing his new friend to dinner with President Trump. And so now Trump's Thanksgiving dinner is the new Charlottesville and both sides propaganda point that the liberal media is literally never going to stop talking about. But speaking of another holiday dinner that's coming up here very soon, if you want to make Christmas extra special this year, I would wear my Trump Claus sweatshirt, which you should order from my online store at markdice.com or click the link in the description below. It is available in a sweatshirt, t-shirt, long sleeve, or a hoodie, and a whole bunch of different colors as well. So head on over to markdice.com or click the link in the description below and check it out.